my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about books that have male main characters, MMCs, that are down bad for their girls. They are like obsessed, smitten, like all of those things, and I just love to see that in a story. In the plot, the main male character is just like giving all the best things. So I'm going to start off with some YA fantasy. We have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This book kickstarted my love into reading again. I read this book and was like, okay, I need to read more. This is a YA romantasy, so, you know, it still has a great plot though. So our main character, Peyton, she is powerless. She, you know, lives in a world where if you don't have any power, basically you're going to be killed off. The king does not want anybody who doesn't want any powers. So she has to kind of, you know, make do. She was orphaned and now she lives on the streets. She has a really good best friend. I love to see like girl best friends in like books. I feel like most of the times you get like a main character who's kind of like by herself and, you know, I'm not like other girls, but no, this, I really liked their friendship in this. And then you have the prince who was walking down in the slums and he basically gets attacked, and then our main character saves him. So in doing so, she ends up getting put into these trials. So you have, you know, she has to go through all of these trials and tribulations and things going on, and she's powerless. So this was such a fun read. I really enjoy that trope of like a main character who's in a world where they don't have any powers and everybody else around them does. Yeah, so this was really good. Moving on into contemporary romance, I have one book that I was like kind of debating putting in this, but I figured might as well. So we have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This book is a roller coaster of a ride. It's basically Gossip Girl fan fiction. That's how it played out. It's like Chuck and Blair in London, all the shenanigans. So yeah, definitely was wild. So it is dual point of view. So you have BJ and Magnolia and their childhood sweethearts, and they're just meant to be, but he does something and their whole relationship is basically just like crap. And they bring everyone into their drama, and like she starts dating other guys and then he goes and is with girls for a one night, if you know what I mean. So this just has so much angst and you're just like, get your crap together, but she was good and I really enjoyed it. BJ as a main character, as an MMC, he does love Magnolia Parks. Like he does. They're just meant to be. Their chemistry is like unheard of and just so good, so good. Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is such a good book and I can't believe it took me so long to finally get to it. This is a cowboy contemporary romance and let me just say I thoroughly enjoyed it. Our main character, Rhett, he is a bull rider in the rodeo, and yeah, basically he does something, pisses off his sponsors, and he has to get babysit by his agent's daughter who works for, she's his agent basically, and they have to live together for 2 months and they go on the road where he's doing his like rodeo stuff. This had some pretty heavy topics in it. Oh my goodness, like her family has some issues and his family is just so wonderful. Like I loved like all the scenes with him and his brothers and everything like that. Like the family dynamic, so good. So yeah, if you're hesitant to pick up a cowboy romance, don't be. This one right here, chef's kiss. All right, so the majority of the books that I have are dark romances, so check your trigger warnings, okay? One that has so many trigger warnings I can't even like put into words is The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. I think that's how you say it. I'm probably saying it wrong, so I'm so sorry. This is a wild ride. So yeah, like this cover, she's spicy, just the cover itself. This dark romance right here is following Easton and Sin, and Sin is part of the Lords, which is like this underground society. It is a college romance, and for the first 2 years of college, they can't partake in any activities, any spicy activities, and he gets around that by basically like stalking Easton, and he like is a masked man, and just like it's a dual point of view. And let's just say, like, I feel so bad for the female main character and all that she goes through and all that she did go through, but like they are like perfect for each other, like made for each other, if that's possible. Like, I just love how much he loved her. One thing that wasn't my favorite was like the secret society part. I don't know, like I tried to read The Ritual, which is like one of, I guess, the first book, but they're all standalones. I tried to read The Ritual, just didn't really get too far into it, but I obviously finished this one. So I do plan on continuing with the series, but yeah. This one right here, Sin is so good to her. Next we have God of Malice by Rena Kent. Like a huge world, all of the books are like interconnected. This is a spin-off of like their children, and then they come together. Like, what? So crazy. I didn't realize how many like books were in this world. So we have our main character who, she just lost her best friend in a car accident. She's standing on the edge of the cliff, and then the main male character comes up and he basically holds her by the throat, like she's about to, like, he's gonna toss her off the cliff, and then some spicy scenes happen right from page 1. So I don't know about you, but that caught my interest real quick, and I was here for it. You have some masked men. You have, again, a college setting, dark romance, mafia. There's like, there's the elites, there's heathens, and there's like the serpents. So there's 3 different like groups, and just, you have our main female character who is an artist, and she struggles with depression, so definitely, you know, check your trigger warnings. And the guy main character, he is a psychopath, but it's like, sees no one else but her. She's the only one for him that like sparks his interest, and just like her understanding of him was just so good, and like what she needed, and I really loved it. Obviously I tabbed so much, and I have some more books over here from this series that I want to get to, so definitely recommend. Pick this one up. It is the first in the series. They can be read as standalones, but if you read, I picked up, I think, book 4 or book 3 maybe, and I had no idea what was going on, so definitely probably read them in order. We have our standalone, The Fabric of Our Souls by K.M. Moranova. I think that's how you say it. This book wrecked me, but in all the best ways. So check your trigger warnings. It is pretty heavy, but I thoroughly loved this book. Like, I don't know, a female main character that is kind of a little bit depressed always gets me, so like, hello. Our female main character, Wynn, ends up getting put into a rehabilitation center, and Liam is there, and they're roommates. So it's a very interesting dynamic, and like rehab place where like girls and guys are together. That didn't make sense, but I just really enjoyed the representation in this book, like what Liam goes through and what he struggles with, and then Wynn as well. And it was just like very beautiful in a way, but also sad and dark, but great. And the ending wrecked me, and I love this book. Of course I had to put the cat and mouse duet, Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. These are heavy, so I'm just gonna hold one up. So this is set in a world like there's some smaller books. One book comes before it, then there's some after. But anyways, so this is about, I don't know his name, but he basically stalks our main character, and she ends up moving into her grandmother's house, and it's older, so she's in there and she's like finds these letters, and just so good. Very dark, but a lot of fun. So again, check your trigger warnings. But one of the things that I really enjoy with these books is like they'll have Spotify playlists, and I'll listen to those, and it just makes it an immersive experience. And yeah, I feel like if you do like dark romance, I think this is a great one to pick up, especially since there's only 2 books. It's not like you have like a long series to get through, but they are pretty chunky. So obviously our main male character is obsessed with the female main character because he's a stalker. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration to read any of these books. If you have any recommendations for me, I would love to chat about it and talk about it in the comments down below. And I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye.